Let's make your business cook. Independent chefs who want to build and scale their personal and private chef business and call their own shots? Subscribe here for tips, hacks, and tactics to get clients, money, and freedom. So before we begin, like and subscribe below.
It's Holly, and I'm really glad that you're here today because I'm going to share with you something controversial that many business coaches won't share with you or won't discuss because they're being recorded, because they don't want to be reported, whatever. I'm going to share with you the information that you need so that you can get profitable. And sometimes I say things that are controversial because it's what you need to hear. And if I needed to worry about hurting your feelings or what you're going to think about me, I would not be giving you the truth. I've been running my business for 25 years, and the most controversial thing that I heard was from my insurance agent. And he told me this just a year ago, after, for many, many years, he'd been making a fair amount of money off of me from our general liability insurance, our workers' comp insurance, our liquor insurance. Like we have a sizable company, so we have a fair amount of insurance. And he said, I'll never understand it. He said, you should never buy, get that, you should never buy any insurance unless somebody tells you that they have to see proof of it in order to do business with them. Well, that made me think, because in 25 years of running a private chef service, there has never been a private client where we've cooked in their home who said, show me that you're insured. But we've been able to tell them that we're insured. But even when we weren't, and when we first started our business, we were not insured. We were working in people's homes the same way a housekeeper does, the same way a yard worker does, the same way a pool guy does, the same way my daughter who's a babysitter does. And does the law say they need to have insurance? Yep, every one of them. And do any of those people have insurance? Very few of them. Because the very essence of running a business is being profitable. Let me say that again. The very essence of running a business is to be profitable. And if you're thinking that you can't start your business until you've done all of these things that the textbooks tell you to do, build a website, get a business card, get a logo, all that sort of stuff, the number one thing that you need to be doing, chef, is getting customers. You need to be cooking, and you need to make sure that every gig that you're working is profitable. When you do that, you'll have enough money that then there will be people who say, look, you need to be a little bit more professional about the way that you plan things moving forward. But I would challenge every one of you, as you think of like, oh, I don't want to be a lawbreaker. I'm not asking you to break the law. I'm asking you to get profitable. And if you're trying to start a business by putting into place everything that businesses have in place, none of them did it in that order. You begin running a business, you get profitable, and as you grow, a business grows in complexity, and then you start putting those things in place. When I started my business, I probably had 20 employees before I said, all right, I guess I should have a written, Family Protection Leave Act and a Sexual Harassment Act and active shooter policy, and like the number of things a business needs to do to run would stop a business from ever starting. And so I'm telling you, chef, that when you're starting a business, you need to be aware of the 3 phases of business. And when you work with me, we talk about that. And I'm just going to go into the first one. The first phase of business is getting profitable. When you get profitable, then you have things that you need to manage, that you need to protect, and that you need to insure. Until then, you don't have anything that needs to be insured. So there's no need for you to be paying for a policy that won't protect you, especially for some of you chefs who are realistically, the truth is you're doing prep in your home. You're not taking brown bagged groceries from the store directly to a client's house. You're doing some prep and bringing mise en place with you. And if that's the case, no insurance is going to protect you anyway. And none of you are going to have a claim because somebody's got to get injured to have a claim to be defended. And none of that stuff goes to court anyway if you know how to handle that stuff, which means you use all of your safe handling techniques, use all of your customer service techniques, use everything at your disposal that you do as a professional to cook great food, healthy food, safe food, serving clients in their home. And you don't need insurance because if they're a homeowner, they have insurance. So every single person, and I'm calling out the American Personal Private Chef Association, and the US Personal Chef Association. Every single one of them says, okay, buy insurance. Why? Because they sell it. I have an option for you. Put it in the comments below. Send me your email, hit like, subscribe, whatever. If you want, there is an insurance company that allows you to buy coverage for an event for a single day. If you want, you can buy it for the day before when you're doing your prep, that sort of thing. And if somebody requests a certificate of insurance, then you literally can say, here's my certificate of insurance. And for an event, being a private chef, you can get that for like 30 bucks. So for you to buy an annual policy so that you can feel like you run a business and still not have any clients and no profits is ridiculous, quite frankly. Sorry, just saying it how it is. If you have an event that you're doing, if you're going to a craft fair, if you're going to a music festival, if you're setting up a food booth somewhere where the organizers need proof of insurance, then you go, contact me. I'll give you the link. You can actually buy insurance for a day. And that's really all you need it. When you're starting up, you usually don't need coverage 365. We, in our business now, we've been running 25 years and we don't need coverage 365. We need coverage for about 150 of those days, but the cost of buying it by the day is more than if we buy an annual policy. So we're insured year round. Let me just look at a couple other thoughts that I have for you. I want you to think about the kid who sells lemonade. You know, if you sold lemonade when you were a kid, you probably did not start a website and get a business card together before you could start. You like grabbed a towel to cover the card table. You grabbed some frozen concentrate out of your mom's freezer. You made lemonade and you started selling and you went directly to making a profit, right? And that's what I'm talking about, being the kid who has a lemonade stand. And, you didn't file your sales permit, your FEIN, your business license, your FBN, all that sort of stuff. You don't need any of that if you're not making a profit. When you start making a profit and people say, hey, do you have this? Do you have that? And it's becoming a barrier for you to get to the next level, then you do that. Controversial, but it's where it's at. I'm telling you, if you held a garage sale before, you're breaking the law if you didn't report that income. If you sold anything on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist and you didn't report that income on your IRS tax return, you're breaking the law. Can you see my sarcasm here, right? Like what the law says and what happens in practicality are two very different things. And I'm not asking you to be ignorant of the law, and I'm not asking you to be flagrant about disobeying the law. But the reality is all of us have had garage sales and all of us have sold things and we haven't paid income tax on it. That's just what's real. And the reality is that every babysitter that ever worked in somebody's home didn't have insurance and they didn't report the income because it's a cash business. And it's the same with housekeeping. It's the same with the yard work guy. It's the same with the pool guy. It's the same with the nanny. It's the same with the handyman. It's the same with many plumbers and electricians that come. It's the same with your graphic artist person, your writer, anybody. We've got people on our staff that are independent that work. I have no idea whether or not they have the proper insurance. I've been to restaurants to eat, have no idea whether or not they actually have insurance or not. Because my guess is a landlord isn't checking to make sure that those policies are in force and effect so that they can get their place, their space rented out to a restaurant owner. You don't know if you're going into a restaurant and they're and they've got everything in place that they should for their employees. And it's none of your business. You're there to eat great food. It's the same with me, with my business, with the private chef business. I've never, in 25 years, I have never had a client for whom I cooked in a private home ask me for proof of my insurance. So you're wasting your money, you're wasting your time, and you're spinning your wheels if you're not doing the number one thing you need to be doing for your business, which is getting customers. I do not want you to spend your time, chef, feeling like you have a business because you're busy filling out important paperwork and you're feeling important about building your business. You're not doing shit except spending money unless you're getting customers and cooking. Chef, I want you to spend your time doing what you love, which is cooking. And you don't need a business card for that. You don't need a website for that. You don't need an FBN. You don't need a business license. You don't need insurance. You don't need a permit. You don't need any of that. And you didn't do any of that to cook for your family for Thanksgiving either, right? Find people that you can cook for that are willing to pay you what you're worth. Do it like a babysitter. Do it like a housekeeper. Charge by the hour. It's not rocket science. And it is not the big scary thing that so many chefs think of that keep them from ever starting because they're too busy bogged down in the bureaucracy and what they think they need to do to run a business. So permits, licenses, insurances from my own broker, Kevin, love you. Don't buy anything unless somebody tells you that you have to have it. That includes some of the other coaches that are out there that are telling you that you have to have it. I want you to be profitable, chef. I want you to get out there and start making money, doing what you do best and what people need from you. You have medicine in your talent that people need so that they can have their family back, so that they can have connection back, so that they can have their health back, so they can have their time back, right? You don't need anything fancy. You need your hands, you need your talent, you need this marketing piece that you've got, and you need your knife roll. And get out there and cook. And above all else, do it safely. Work safely, chef. If you need some help with your business, please let me know. I'm passionate about helping chefs to build their business and do it in a way that they're profitable. Okay? Let's get out there and just make your business cook. All right, talk to you soon, chef.